Kanga seems to be in the lead in terms of point capture presence, but they're still in the fight right now. And they're kind of contesting it very well.
Yeah, contesting super well, and they're looking to see if they can dwell towards the position here. They're looking so far so good, and see if they are going to be able to maintain down, getting a lot of damage through here. Ooh, could catch it, doing good for a second here. And there's going to be more where that came from.
Absolutely more as well. Damage down, exactly what they need. They're going to wait for a strike ultimate to now. Adam, under pressure, game on, taking out Solomon. Taking up the CUD. And back up Hogs. Action, taking up Donnie, support, locking the move.
A little bit more time for yourselves, considering the gap in percentage between the teams at the moment.
That is definitely an orbital right there. See if they can make it a lot. Revsy. Every time there's a line, this could be big. This could be fiery. But then, of course, as we know, they do gain points to push them back. They're going to find right there. Taking out Rocket in the sky. Nullifying the legend in the sky with the galactic presence. It's come from a Star Lord, but it's not going to be enough for them. That's going to take one down. Hog's going to get another pick. Lou Revsy taking out Corinth and Solomon. Getting value one after one. Good economy coming out from ground zero to hold that there. And you know what? They'll probably get to that 74% mark and even things out. But there's what time's after. Let's see how they go.
We are undefeatable!
The time for them to step up to the plate here, and Rocco opens the game. Starting seduction there, things looking good, but don't just ultimate to keep ground zero grounded as well. To hold on tightly to this hold here, looking to see. Get something over the top of it, and some Inferno from Revsy does pop down. Good damage there. He's going to get Kanga back, but eventually the Maelstrom breaks in. They found Revsy, and now maybe even more. Hobbs is isolated. Feast of the Abyss comes out, though. They're focused on the back line here. But no one else is going down as yet. They're still fighting on, fighting through here. Isaac does get the KO on the Hogs, so going to be a solid way to turn things around here, but they've got to put in more effort than that if they want to make this happen. And Revsy, good timing, bringing in the portal, they can utilize that to go between their spawn and their beyond, but Agamotto takes them over the line. Nice double down on the Maelstrom there, and looking for more. Revsy in a lot of trouble, but they're going to get healed right back up, but it doesn't matter. Kanga is in the driver's seat.
We're gonna see who it is. It's gonna be Hogs flaking around, swinging around, making it happen. Adam takes out big diamond form coming up on Adam there. And a big hammer out, pushing him way over time. Down right now. Everybody's trying to make it happen. Boundary drops, of course, taking it down, but it's going to be nullified as they do eliminate Netra. That does give them more value. Netra is down. Tixie takes out Atlas as well. There's two sustaining powers from DZ down. Team Revsy trying to take out Jean-Vec, but Jean-Vec's got Cocoon, brings himself back in the fight. Adam's the last one there, holding it down, and it's not going to be enough as Kanga do take 100% to the 99 in the overtime. Hell's Heaven's first round, Frozen Airfield goes. Some from a Karmic Revival. You want to focus down Jean-Vec on the Adam, definitely. It's a good pick to bring out to Venom. To match that, of course, you got Mantis. You still have to consider the fact that Mantis is online for ground zero, considering how many strategists did not survive the battle phase. But then to still have Mantis online, it's very much difficult to work along top of Broken Dagger and Invisible Woman. But Pixie going out, Hogs making it happen, Adam taking that pick, Crunch brings a BRB beating out to the fight, and brings one of Kanga's back to town. Adam taking the big Isaac falls, Amplifier does drop, and some of these things on the sky, and it crushes down clear in the Amplifier. That's going to give Red power right there. It's going to give Red a chance to push it down, make it happen, get the capture, get the Saints climbing, taking out Rocco and Tixie into the double KO.
Back, but you know, at least for the moment, they don't need it, and they've got the Sia online as well. You know, they can definitely make use of that. But look forward to the Ensong Inferno taking them down, and it's going to be a great way to wipe out the attacking presence from ground zero here, and we'll see if they are going to be looking to hold back for a while longer. But
Tixie and Venom forward, pushing him Patty Cake. It's all right there in our faces. Every time you see what it does, Patty Cake is keeping it close to staying. No matter what dive is you're going to have to bring out Signing. And Signing doesn't even matter. Still pressure coming forward from the right there. Taking out Rocco. Signing forward. Tixie's there. That's big value right there. Coming out from the squad. Zero pushing it forward. Making the value they need. But And you see a contestation, trying to keep it going, trying to divide the control, the message there. It's bringing them back at the same time, losing the resurgence, but it's still doing Isaac and the ammo right there. Big power coming up from the final queen, the white queen making it happen. Rocco taking out Alice, Rocco taking out Adam. That's the Phoenix on fire right now, putting in the pressure, putting work into a triple KO for the absolute overtime speech, into a quadra KO on the hogs in the sky. Overtime speaking off, they do throttle, and it's not enough time. They were just shy a second. Kanga do hold it down and do claim Hell's Heaven in our first map in this series.
GG, well played. They take both mission areas for their own there. So, really well done to our teams here. Going to be able to take a bit of control, and you're going to see how they are going to be able to stroll ahead into this one. Here we go. Let's see how ground zero's endeavors will fare. Ooh, Rocco actually playing his Gamma team up here. So, very curious to see how this one will play out. I like how they've got Jongbek on the Bucky as well. I think the Bionic Hook is going to really pay dividends for them to display some of their opponents here. But ground zero, holding strong, but maybe not for too long because Adam's already down. Very eager to see how that new team up does play out into the future patches of Marvel Rivals here. I'm kind of scared, honestly, considering that when you get the KOs, you know, you have those undead squids spawning, if I'm not mistaken. So, very, yeah, good to see how that goes, Logan.
We're going to see it indefinitely right there. Hog's getting a big collapse taken out. Chronix, Monster Hog is going to get a bit of sustain. Stay in the monster form, actually. Pushing them on the high ground. And they're going to get away from sneaking around the back of the line right there. But you've got to be careful. Eyes on the mark.
I am ready to put on a show.
Shields are set up by Solomon. And taking out another. That's going to take John back into a big piece, taking out Texie from Lose with a double KO of their arms right
again, taking the high ground. Nice focus on the Jongbek there, but Proteus coming out. Luke doesn't knock him down. Fate of both worlds going to be activated in response from Chronic. So, decent way to react to this one, and we'll see if they can manage to keep things intact as they are holding on. Good back pedal coming out from ground zero here, and another Proteus coming out from Rocco this time, but it's a visible boundary from Atlas.
keeping congestion. Let's see how they unfold. Kanga Esports decide to take him on the backside right there. Going to give him a bit of a twist of their expectations. Put ground zero in an attacking position instead of a defending position. Let's see if they get the value. Rockers on the hella. Trying to line it up. Focusing down those speeds. Big value coming out from Magneto. Big thunder claps coming out from Oz. Obviously in the game action right there. Into the double. Taking out Solomon and Isaac and Chronix right there. What? Pressure in disguise was not enough from the raging Ultron. That's going to be a 98-meter push from Kanga Esports. Knight, that could be exciting to see. Right now, the key, of course, for Ground Zero is to just get it to that halfway mark on the map right there. Spawn doors opening in just a second. Light it up and line it up right now. Let's see how the first round falls. You got to bring out, this is a double duels competition coming out from Ground Zero. They're not rolling out on the triple that Kanga are going to be holding defense on right now. A lot of pressure coming out. Big pain pouring into Texie, but they keep Texie nice and sustained. But you keep an eye on that percentage. Look at him flying up right there. Hand of control is almost ready. Putting in the outside. Getting the first kick from Revsy on the midnight. Into a double kill. Revsy with the move. Slashing forward. Backed up by Luke. Gets a pick of their own right there. Taking now Isaac on the strange. Last one there to hold it down and try to solve is Rocco. But the Jack is going ballistic.
They are going to be able to push their way back here. Rage of Ultron online. See as well from Chronix there. So doubling down on the strategist ultimates. They want to enable as much pressure as they can on the defense here. Oh! Friendly prison there. Looking to see if they can capture something from it, but it just ain't happening, not just yet. Still contesting the mission area, but it's going to be the Maelstrom into the Agamotto. Everything is working out here for Ground Zero, and they will be able to power up and push it over the line. First checkpoint is down and dusted. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there, Liger. You know, Jeff Nato definitely going to allow a lot of frontward pressure and be able to alleviate some of the concerns there. But Kanga, they've changed their approach. They're playing into it with the Kappa, with the Spider-Man now, really trying to displace some of their opponents. But Netra going to be single-handedly taking down so many of their opponents. It's the battle of the strategists right now. Huge KOs coming through here, and there's more where that came from. So, big wipe coming out there, and that should be that big wall. Just isolates them away, and that will mean that Ground Zero managed to power up and take a map 2 for their own here, Liger. So, that is going to be an incredible result. You know, I talked about in the last game there that maybe it was the warm-up game, and it looks like that is going to be as true as can be, as they will be able to claim that second. And Blue is the MVP. Speaking of, Blue is bringing their team back. It's coming, Revival coming online, so Hogs are going to be back in the fray here. Agamotto is activatable if they need it, but they aren't looking to speed through yet, and coming Revival now goes down, but it's Agamotto coming online. Rocco is KO'd as well, does get brought back with the BRB there, so nice stuff coming through from there, but they're going to be KO'd again. So really solid presence coming out. Oh, is the counter Agamotto though, but nobody goes down. Netra is so good with it, with the Fate of Both Worlds there. Feast of the Abyss though could make a change or two here, but it's all over now. Let's see what Rocco can do.
Insane combos coming out from Rocco on the last ditch of the Spider-Man. Very confident with the symbiote suit right there. Hogs getting a pick on Chronix. That's the first one to start the fix.
And there's more where that came from. Ensong Inferno jumps around the back there. Good trades coming out from them. And we're going to see you taking zone out a bit more. Oh, the burst damage is just so clean. It's going to be eyes on the prize. Rise up and take it for their own. They're still on the mission vehicle. Still going to be riding their way through here. So let's see if they can make it happen. Ensong Inferno is activatable for Rocco, so that's going to be an important one, I'd say. But we'll see what they can do here. We'll see if the Psionic Seduction from Adam is going to be enough. Chronix is already down, so it's a decent start. Ensong Inferno not going to be able to get enough damage to get the KO there. Isaac now going down as well, looking to see if they can get anyone else around these corners, and it's all working out for Ground Zero here. Powering up, powering in. They're staggering out these KOs one by one. They might just get it over the line, and that they will. Getting it done in the end there. A perfect push from Ground Zero. Let's see how Ground Zero has laid their own defensive preparations here, because Kanga are trying to swing around the side at the moment, not looking to go straight through the front gauge. They want to sneak about before they try and get some damage over the top of this. And Atlas, oh look at that, just solid damage over the side there. They're going to be able to keep their teammates up, and there's going to be much more potential to tap into from there. Just look at that.
Ensong is online for Revzy. You know, want to counter out some of the stain that could be pouring on through. But there it is, another dive from Dexy into the backline, going for absolute crunches right there. Abyss drops, it's going to be sustained by the power coming out from Resurgence from John Beck. But there it is, it's Jeff's time, and Jeff tries to get the value. Does get some scoopage right there, does manage to stay around. And I think Alice actually does take somebody off the map, and it's going to be John Beck slung off the map right there. Big value coming out from the Jeff, sustained by their team. And again, Hogs is in the backline, shredding, diving, clapping, power.
Now they can play into this with the one-player advantage. And, ooh, this is really big. They're going to be able to bring in Galactic Legend there. They've got the Invisible Boundary online, but doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to get any more KOs as yet. Fate of Both Worlds is going to keep the things interesting, keep things online. But here we go, VDRM. And they do catch Netra, so solid KO there, and it's being traded out immediately. Ensong Inferno coming through. Won't be able to do too much with that, but we'll see if they can rise up. Karmic Revival brings them all back onto the mission area. This is exactly what you want to be seeing from Ground Zero here.
Time is a big one if Chronix can build it up. Alice is already ready. This could be enough for them both at the same time. I will also bring to attention the soldiers from Jungle could give the source they need, but it's going to be a big scoopage from Atlas, who does manage to at least get the one, get the Resurgence, get the Mantis. They're being chased. Do they take him off the map? They do! Send Jungle off the map. Revsy gets a double at the turnaround as everybody's looking at the Jeff, and then a big peek in the skies on Texi. That's going to be pressure coming out from Ground Zero. The last-ditch effort from Kanga to try and capture here is going to be nullified by a big abyssal crunch from Hogs. Overtime ticks down now, and that's going to be a clean defense from Ground Zero on Hall of Jalia in the Galactic Empire of Wakanda. They are going to be taking map 3 and gain the lead back in this best of 5 series.
That's it. They're now on a series point here. One more is all they need in order to push their way deeper into the upper bracket, which would mean all they need. One more win after that, and they're in the grand final. So the wins you can get today are just going to be so imperative. You know, it's really going to action, prepared for battle. Ooh, and already liking the combinations here. We're not going to see the Angela, but we are going to see the Groot on both sides of the coin here. And Kanga, triple, triple-double even. Rocco has already fallen, so nice KO coming through. Will be brought back with a battle recon beacon, and now going to see more where that came from. Texi, heavy focus there from Revsy, and looking for more. They got the shotgun. They are looking to take this one a step further. Going to gracefully push their way forward.
They're pushing Ground Zero back into spawn right here. This is exactly what we said. You want to be careful. You don't want to get bunkered up into your spawn. It's not a bad position to be. Let's see how the amplifier comes out from Jungle. There's no Phoenix there to answer it, but there is a Hurricane coming out, storming in from Lou, directly onto the back line. And it's going to lead into a big Jeff Nader combo from Atlas right there. Big scoops, big storm, big power coming out right there. Lou takes out Isaac as well. That's massive value from the Jeff Nader combo between Lou and Atlas.
Yeah, huge way to tap into that one, and there's going to be more where that came from, Mr. Liger. You know, they've definitely got heavy focus here, and it's portal time coming out of this. Good KO on the Lou there, so they will be able to at least find their way in.
I am ready.
Wait things out a second, but Fate of Both Worlds coming into it with the Strangling Prison. Agamotto in response from Rocco. Nicely done there. Revsy down as well. Can't activate the final judgment, but it's another counter. Agamotto not getting so much value from that one, so Adam in a lot of trouble. And eventually will go down. So good KO coming over the top once again, and they're going to be finding more and more. This is a nice reset being pushed up forward from Kanga.
I like what I'm seeing so far. I am enjoying the compositions that are actually paying attention to each other right now, because we're seeing ults trade, and that does sort of nullify the pressure from Ground Zero. Kanga's playing a very smart and very safe right here, not allowing themselves to get in a tough position, because as we know, Ground Zero, they get their steamrollers, they get their lead. It's going to be painful for them because they only have to win one more map right there. The boundary's being set up. They're going to set up another absolute strangling prison right there. There's just so much sustain coming out from the boundary destroying, so it just wasn't enough value for Ground Zero. Ground Zero not utilizing two of their ultimates there, not getting the value they need. But it's Jeff, and it's big, and that's going to be a scoop up from Atlas right there, and they're going to be able to send Rocco off the map.
To burst through like confetti, and we'll see how things go. Got a Mischief is online here, and maybe we can find more from there. Taxi though, good KO coming through onto them, and it's going to be Omega Hurricane over the top here, trying to wipe out the front line. Not going to be able to do too much with it. Well, I speak too soon. They've done a lot with it, and will be able to plot their recovery forward into this one. More and more damage over the top here, and there you go. You are finding so much more value out of this.
Freedom Charge is online for Texi. Big Agamotto coming up from Adam. Does it connect? Does it get value? It's going to get sent off them high ground. Not going to get the value they need, but it did determine enough to be able to get Jean-Beck, who fell to the ground. Big picks coming out from Lou. Freedom Charge is charging in from Texi right there. Agamotto Mail's trying into massive pressure, pushing out Atlas right there. Good presence from the Doctor Strange right there. That's going to be Isaac putting in the work. Adam takes out Texi in return. Trades are looking in favor of Ground Zero for now. And it's getting tight right now as ultimates are about to be online. Resurgence as well. KOs are going, but Lou's clapping right now. Lou's putting in the work on the Mantis. That's a massive peak right there. Blasting through. Absolute presence coming out from Lou and Adam, pushing forward together. and just not allowing Kanga to get their footing back. Gonna have to force them back to an even further spawn. And all it takes is one more fight, and Ground Zero will get another bunch of time added to their bank.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to take advantage of it here, if they are going to be able to heave their way into this one. Gap time from Atlas. Could be good. Rocco's already down. Maybe they can find more. There we go. Big KO coming through on Iconics there. Solomon trying to respond. Ooh, that's a nice response from Revsy. Finding the end song Inferno. He completely nullifies Jeff time. And now their team can stay confident. Oh, what a dodge. They dodge Agamotto entirely. Last stand coming out. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Texie's down. Rocco's down. Everybody is getting KO'd into this one. And Ground Zero continue to push the mission vehicle here. Agamotto around the side. Trying to glide in. And there you go. Checkpoint done and dusted. And they're trying to keep up the momentum. Keep up the pressure here.
Just wasn't enough. Once Ground Zero brought out the Punisher, started the shred, got the mark, pushed again, right there onto the Phoenix, getting value. Lou takes out Isaac. There's the Maelstrom, cleaning Chronix out. That's going to be 2 down for Kanga. Ground Zero is pushing around the corner, but you know, at the moment, you know, the convoy is moving quite slowly.
Trying to see if they can get a good angle. It's good to displace their opponents. Rocco escapes though. They're all going to be able to get away, and it doesn't even matter. Hogs though, bringing things up. Freedom Charge is here, and they are biting around, trying to stall time as much as they possibly can here. And they will not be able to do too much with it. Fate of Both Worlds comes out. It's into the Eternal Bond. Jack time from Rocco. Oh no. And let's see what they can do. Well, pick up their own team, but Chronix gonna get picked up in the back line there. Solid KO coming on to that one. Good trades though. They double down on the strategists. Kanga are finding everything they need here. This is exactly what they gotta be playing for. And the OT timer is running thin. No one's there. And that is that. A successful hold from Kanga.
Absolutely. Look, they lost their footing.
That they will. Solid stuff coming out there. They're going to be able to phase their way in and keep their way up. But they're going to keep things up. We have the Freedom Charge, keeping up the great vibes, keeping up the great power here. And Isaac will go down. So good KO there. Fate of Both Worlds online as well. Looking to see if they can capture something more through this one. The OT timer can only do so much. It's the full extent of the symbiotic team up here. Ellen bringing out the Goddess of Death as well. Not going to be able to get much value from it. Kanga slowly but surely getting dismantled here. Atlas trying to hunt down Jeff. Oh no! Solomon's out of here! And this is exactly what you want to be seeing from Ground Zero. Hulk Smash coming out, trying their best to delay things, but they're being forced away from the mission vehicle. Evans Retribution is going to turn them down, back to Bruce, and just like that, they take it out, and Ground Zero secure their ticket one step further in the upper bracket.
Oh, they're going to the playoff semis right there. They are absolutely cheering with such a strong defense coming out from Ground Zero. Wow. Netro putting in the work. Big sustain. I will say Angela was a winning factor, Massey. Angela was a winning factor.